Welcome to the Agenda Special channel. Don't forget to subscribe to be instantly informed about the news. Enjoy watching. Olivia Newton-John made a pact with God to save her daughter. Years before her own death, meet her only child. She may have been Sandy to the rest of the world, but to Olivia Newton-John's daughter, Chloe Rose Lattanzi, she was just her mother. Chloe is Newton-John's daughter and only child with her ex-husband, Matt Lattanzi. Her mother, Dame Olivia Newton-John, was born on September 26, 1948, in Cambridge, United Kingdom. Her family moved to Melbourne, Australia, when she was 6 years old. Newton-John's music career started in 1966 when she released her first single, Till You Say You'll Be Mine. She released her first album, If Not For You, in 1971. The album peaked at number 14 on the Australian album charts and 158 on the American album charts. Newton-John went on to release 3 more albums, Olivia, Let Me Be There and Long Live Love, before her breakout record, Have You Never Been Mellow. In 1975, the album became Newton-John's first number 1 on the Billboard 200 charts and featured hit singles like, Have You Never Been Mellow, and Please Mr. Please. Newton-John went on to release a total of 26 albums throughout her career, including best-selling records like Clearly Love, Come On Over, Totally Hot and Physical, which featured Newton-John's 1981 smash single of the same name. The song, which is seen as Newton-John's biggest hit, has since sold more than 2 million copies in the United States and spent 10 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Along with her music career, Newton-John was also a successful actress, having starred in films like Tomorrow, Xanadu and Two of a Kind. Her most well-known role was as Sandy Olsen in 1978's Grease, a movie adaptation of the 1971 musical of the same name. The film, which co-starred John Travolta as Danny Zuko, made history as the highest-grossing musical film ever at the time of its release and even earned an Oscar nomination for the song Hopelessly Devoted to You, performed by Newton-John, after almost 60 years in the entertainment industry. Newton-John died of breast cancer on August 8, 2022, at her ranch Santa Ynez, California. She was 73 years old. John Easterling confirmed her death in an Instagram post on the day of her death. Dame Olivia Newton-John, 73, passed away peacefully at her ranch in Southern California this morning, surrounded by family and friends. We ask that everyone please respect the family's privacy during this very difficult time. The post read, Olivia has been a symbol of triumphs and hope for over 30 years, sharing her journey with breast cancer, her healing inspiration and pioneering experience with plant medicine continues with the Olivia Newton-John Foundation Fund, dedicated to researching plant medicine and cancer. In lieu of flowers, the family asks that any donations be made in her memory to the Atonj Foundation. Don't forget to subscribe. The post continued, Olivia is survived by her husband John Easterling, daughter Chloe Lattanzi, sister Sarah Newton-John, brother Toby Newton-John, nieces and nephews Toti, Fiona and Brett Goldsmith, Emerson, Charlie, Zach, Jeremy, Randall, and Piers Newton-John, Jude Newton-Stock, Layla Lee, Kira and Tasha Edelstein, and Bryn and Valerie Hall. Via John Easterling, husband. Olivia Newton-John. Since her death, Olivia Newton-John's daughter, Chloe Rose Lattanzi, has been remembering her mother and her legacy. Read on for what their relationship was like. Where Olivia Newton-John's daughter, Chloe Rose Lattanzi, is now. Who is Olivia Newton-John's daughter? Chloe Rose Lattanzi. Chloe is Newton-John's daughter and only child with her ex-husband, Matt Lattanzi. Newton-John and Matt were married from 1984 to 1995. Newton-John married her second husband, John Easterling, in 2008. The two remained married until Newton-John's death. In 2022, Chloe was 36 at the time of Newton-John's death. She was born on January 17, 1986. At Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, California. Like her mother, Chloe is also a singer and actress. In 2002, she played the role of Chrissy in a Melbourne production of the 1967 musical, Hair, the American tribal love rock musical. She also co-wrote the song, Can I Trust Your Arms, from Newton-John's 2005 album, Stronger Than Before. Chloe released her own debut single, Wings and a Gun, in 2010. Since then she's released 3 more singles. Play With Me, in 2011, You Have to Believe, featuring Newton-John in 2015, and Window in the Wall, in 2021. She released her first album, No Pain, in 2016. Along with her music and acting career, which also included roles in movies like Paradise Beach, A Christmas Romance, Bet. Dead 7 and Sharknado 5, Global Swarming, Chloe has also appeared on several reality TV shows, including as a contestant on Dancing with the Stars Australia in 2020 and singing competition Rock the Cradle in 2008. In an interview with Woman's Day in 2017, Chloe responded to rumors about the plastic surgery she had done. She explained that she had undergone 2 breast augmentations to correct a botched job when she was 18, as well as had fillers from her lips and face removed. All those things were a disaster. Not only did the lip implants look ridiculous, the first boob op I had in Australia when I was 18 left me looking mutilated, she said. Now I'm a 3-2DD. And I love my body and love showing my new boobs off. Mum supported my surgery decisions because she knew how unhappy I was before. She also denied that she had any of her ribs removed to have a smaller waistline. I'd never dream of removing a vital part of my anatomy, she said. I wear a waist trainer and work out to stay in shape. Chloe also opened up to Woman's Day about her struggles with alcohol and cocaine addiction, which she was treated for in 2013. I was using most days and nights. And not only was I doing coke, I was drinking vodka heavily. Also, I had to combine the two, but now, the aspiring singer is much happier and healthier. She said, for anyone out there struggling with addiction, I feel you. Keep your sobriety. You never regret not drinking, in an interview on the A Life of Greatness podcast in February 2021, Newton-John, who had several miscarriages before her daughter, revealed that she came close to losing Chloe before her birth. I went to bed and asked God to save her, and if He did, I would say the Lord's Prayer every night for the rest of my life, she said at the time. And so I have. Newton-John called the prayer very powerful. She was also asked on the podcast if she had ever contemplated her own death over the years. I have quite a few times that it was a possibility sooner than I wanted it, she said, referencing her 30-year battle with breast cancer. We all know we are going to die. I think we spend our lives denying It's extremely personal. She continued, it's almost like we are parts of the same computer and we go back to the main battery. I don't have a definite definition of what it is. I think there is a great knowingness out there we become part of it. 2 days before Newton-John's death, Chloe took to her Instagram with a photo of her and her mother with the caption, "I worship this woman. My mother. My best friend." At the reel on J-Kiss mark 2 hearts women with bunny ears after her mother passed, Chloe posted a slideshow of photos of her and her mother throughout her life, as well as a video of them singing "Window in the Wall" in an interview with Women's Weekly. In 2019, Newton-John called rumors about her death at the time greatly exaggerated. "It can be upsetting, because you're trying to heal and then people are kind of burying you," she said. "I know it's not the Australian public doing that. I know the Australian public loves me, and I feel it. I tell my friends, don't believe what you read in the tabloids, unless you hear it from me. But still, there's a constant cleaning up that you've got to do. I've accepted it. I don't like it, but there's no point getting too upset about it because that's the business I'm in and I have such a blessed life." Chloe, for her part, told Women's Weekly about how the rumors upset her. "That made me so angry," she said. "Because I'm protective of my mum. If you do think someone is sick, surely the decent thing to do is leave them alone." Chloe also told the magazine about how her parents' divorce affected her. "My parents split up when I was about 9. It was tough. I don't remember how I felt, but I remember one of my teachers taking me to the zoo and then taking me home. I think they were checking to see where I lived. I was a latchkey kid because Mum had to go to work," she said. "It was unusual for a teacher to spend the afternoon with you, so she must have been concerned in some way, but I was fine. I was always a pretty happy kid, though I missed my dad and I could tell my mum was unhappy." She continued, "We went from living in the university to a little apartment, and I would see my dad after school a couple of afternoons a week. That was hard. I remember sitting outside, waiting for him. Then he left Melbourne and took a job in Newcastle, and I would go and visit him just twice a year." Newton-John also told Women's Weekly about what it means to have Chloe after years of fertility struggles. "I'm sure I have reenacted some of the things my mother did because you can't help it. That's in your DNA. It's monkey see, monkey do," she said. She continued, "When people ask me what is the most important thing that's happened in my life, I say it was having her. Nothing compares to having a child. She is a young woman now, but those maternal feelings never change. So it's been just an amazing gift. I wasn't able to have any more, so she is the lucky egg, as her dad calls her." The mother and daughter also opened up about Chloe's teenage years were difficult for them, but they've come out stronger and closer. "I think the teenage years are difficult for everyone, and I think moms are afraid for their children," Chloe said. Newton-John added, "Like Chloe and I, my teenage years were difficult for my mum, really difficult, but, when I look back, I can see that she was wise and firm and she did the right things." Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Have a nice day.